Hi everyone, it's Sailor Mimzy. Today's video is going to be a flip through for the month of March. And March was the first month that I completed in my Hobonichi Techo cousin. Let's see. So yeah, with every day that went by, I was like, there's a month view in this. So with every day that went by for March, I did a doodle inside each square. And ended up being all Gudetama themed, mainly because I was expecting my first subscription box, which happened to be the Gudetama box. That's why I chose it. I thought it'd be super cute. So each day I just chose a different picture of him and doodled using markers. I have a hard time drawing characters, so I thought it'd be good practice for that. So I'll just do a quick close-up. And for the backgrounds, I just tried to keep it as like a rainbow kind of pattern. So yeah, I thought that made it look nice too. Okay. And let's see, at the beginning of, so that's a month view for March, and then at the beginning of every month they have like this, I call it an index page, I'm not even sure what it's called, but it says the month, remember this, and you can't really tell, but there's faint lines, and then the day per page continues after that. So for my index, or remember this page for March, I just made a list of the drawing challenges or the Hobonichi challenges I was doing for that month. So here I did a list of, I just wrote out the, let's see, the two challenges I was doing was the Dutch Draw Challenge and the Hobonichi Challenge. So I put in the date and then what each one was. So I tried to combine both of the prompts where I could throughout the month. The reason I did two is because I couldn't choose which one I wanted to do more, so make it even more challenging. So let's see, March 1st started with me being sick. I was sick since February, end of February. So I haven't really read anything that I know March just went by, but I haven't read any of this. And just this caught my eye, I feel like such a loser. One of my favorite things about beginning a new month is going around the house and changing all of the calendars. Jeez. My exciting life. And in the corner here, I combined two of the prompts. So first prompt was a cup of tea and the other was a penguin. So I drew that Sanrio character, Tuxedo Sam. I'm trying to zoom in. So I tried watercoloring that there. Oops. And I'm not sure if you guys remember, I did a journaling time for these pages, and the prompts were a feather and pineapple. I didn't think pineapples would be so fussy to draw. And that's just a Tim Holtz, I think it's Tim Holtz, probably, the vintage looking bird picture there. Tried drawing Hermione for the first time and kind of a fail. Some Matryoshka stickers. This spider that I cut out from wrapping paper that I turned into a wizard because it had that pointy hat on it. And the other prompt was, I think, your favorite shoes, or is it shoe? Oh, shoes you wore today. So there's my Adidas runners and your house. So I tried drawing our house there. Yeah, I added in this vintage piece of, I think it's from a gardening magazine or gardening book from back in the day, but it just looked really pretty. The prompts for this day were what's in my purse. So I actually dumped out my purse and drew everything. And then also a pair of glasses, so I drew my glasses there, one of my glasses. And this cat is cut out from an old cat book that I found that was going into recycling at work, I think. And just different stickers to decorate. On this day, so bad at drawing food. I seriously can't draw food. So I tried drawing my sushi pizza, and it was served on like a plank of wood. Couldn't draw it. It looks like a mess. It was delicious though. And the other prompt was a flower. And just decorated with some washi and stickers. And an old looking lotion label. One of the prompts for this day was to draw your current journal. So here it is. Try drawing this Hobonichi, and it's inspired by Amazon. You know how they show you the size of an item? So I tried copying that figure. And the other prompt was candy. There's that. And some decoration with washi. A bit from an envelope in the mail. And yeah, Alan was sick. Husband was sick. Oh, I watched some crappy movies on Netflix. That's what I listed at the bottom there. And the next day, it was your favorite cartoon character and an old camera. So I actually found a picture of Sailor Moon, who's one of my many favorite cartoon characters. And she had an old camera from the 90s. So that worked out. And decoration with washi and some doodles. And I finally watched The Little Prince. It was sad, but so good. So here we have bits of mail. Let's see, up here. Washi tape. One prompt was a pretty drink, so I drew a mojito. And something that made you laugh. Or something that made you smile. Earlier this day, I think my husband sent me a video clip of a polar bear peeking over at a seal. I know the polar bear is probably going to eat the seal, but it was still a cute video. It was like peeking over at the seal, and the seal didn't see it. I found out recently that clip was actually filmed in the same province that I live in. So that was kind of cool. An old looking label. The 9th. I was playing with some stamps. Like a rubber stamp here. There's a dog stamp, and the prompt was a bird and 4-leaf clover. And I painted this based on a sticker that I have. I tried to match up the colors as best as I could, but it's like a blue bird carrying a 4-leaf clover. And along the side here, I was testing out the stamps that my sister got me when she went to the Philippines. So it looks kind of like a mess, but I would just use marker as ink. You have to draw yourself, self-portrait, and a bowl of noodles. I suck at drawing people as well as myself, so I tried to make it better by adding a background. And this decoration with washi, and this pretty flower came out of a Chinese takeaway menu. Just ignore the 5-cent thing, I just added that in. And then this day, kind of cheated, so it was a book and something on your desk, and this book was actually both. Packaging from candy, and more washi decoration, an old photograph, and a tag from where we went for dinner. And there's some washi and doodles. This day you're to draw a pie or cupcake. I did both. I wasn't happy with how the pie looked, so I just added in some cupcakes for balance there. And how I like my eggs cooked was the other prompt. So I like omelets with sriracha on it. So I did gudetama for both. And hard-boiled egg was the other type of way I like my eggs cooked. And the sushi came from menu, I think, that I seen, or flyer. The next day, I piece of chocolate was the prompt, so I tried drawing a piece of chocolate. Doesn't look that good. And then something from the sea. There's Magikarp, the Pokemon. He's something from the sea. And then there's packaging from stickers at the bottom there. And these fishes here are from Chopsticks wrapper. You might see sometimes I'm using, like I use my calendar stamp in here. I know that the pages are predated, but I just really miss my stamp. I miss using it, so I use it from time to time in here. This clip lamp that I drew is one of the lamps I'm using right now for filming. It's very handy. It's pretty old, but it still works. And there's my cell phone I drew, so your phone was the other prompt. And this tag was it came from the tissues holder that came with my order from Hobonichi. This day the prompt was an eye, so I tried drawing an eye with pencil. Pencil works on this paper, but it doesn't show up that well. I think you have to press really hard. And the other thing I drew was cactus. And at the bottom, just washi and packaging from washi tape that I got. And I did a journaling time of this page. So it snowed a lot. Cut out of a samurai from a book, some doodling, talking about my husband being sick again. Pot of gold was the prompt, and envelopes. So I drew an assortment of envelopes there. The next day, this is when I watched Pompoko. It snowed even more. This little house was from a bookmark that I found that was kind of ripped, so I punched out some of the good parts of it that weren't ripped up. And there's the Tim Holtz vintage Easter cutout. The prompts were rabbit and butterfly. So again, I kind of cheated and did Butterfree, the Pokemon, for my butterfly, and tried drawing these rabbits. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. I was wondering why. I doodled all of these 4-leaf clovers more than usual. And not a lot of color on this day. So the prompts were quill and ink. So there's that. And I watched Deadpool finally that day. And the other prompt was favorite flower, so I tried drawing some jasmines. And this tag was from the Gwen Stefani album. I stuck it in my journal and tried to make it look like a postage stamp. And these are rubber stamped, same with the hand. And the next day, up top there, that is a doodle of a pole. So the prompts for this day was a frame. So I framed the 2B rubber stamps that I have there. And I tried to remember, like there was this frame that my parents had when we were kids, and it was really just weird and kind of tacky looking. So I tried to remember what it looked like. I tried doodling that from memory. The other prompt was a pair of socks, actually. But I drew my favorite pair. Tried to draw it from memory. It's just a pair of plain white socks with a picture of a trout on it. They're super cute. They look silly when you're like wearing jeans and like fish heads are coming out from underneath. Drew a cat paw. I forgot what inspired that. I've probably seen like a GIF or a video of a cat paw swiping at something. I spilled coffee at the bottom here. It's kind of discolored, but it doesn't look too bad. And it went through on the other pages, but it dried up just fine. You can't tell at all. First day of spring. Garland, that was one prompt, and the other one was a planet. On this day, my husband was sitting on the couch beside me. I looked over at him and Sadie was on top of the couch behind him, snuggling his head like that, and she was looking over at me. She totally knew I was jealous. She's always snuggling on him, and it makes me super jealous, actually. And First, I just stamped my calendar on this bit, some writing underneath, washi decoration, and the prompts obviously were a teacup and a snail. That's supposed to be a Florida apple snail. It looks almost like an alien creature, but I think it looks cool. And there's that flower again. This came from, that Chinese takeaway menu. My husband randomly bought a fountain pen. I don't know if I used the fountain pen to write that. But yeah, he has a fountain pen and I don't. I'm kind of jealous. So one prompt was a camera, and I tried drawing a bear using one of those old cameras where you need like a hood and everything. And the other prompt was a party hat. And it's just me writing about stressing out over school. And the next day, I combined both prompts into one again. So there's a sailboat and a stamp. And there's these chicks here having a blast. And the puffin I cut out during that Bits and Bobs video. Is it just me, or do puffins always look so worried? How cute is that? And just some more washi decor. The prompt for this day was a bottle of wine. I don't really drink wine often, but I really like looking at wine labels. This one I made up. I'm sure maybe somewhere out there is some kind of Gudetama wine, but this one I just drew a bottle of wine and then just made up the label using a picture of Gudetama that I have. And the other prompt was a purse. So I drew my purse. I could probably fit Sadie in there, but she weighs a lot, so it'd probably be really hard carrying her inside of it. And I don't think she would like that. She likes being able to explore. And there's a picture of a rabbit. And the prompt on this day was a heart. So I just did a heart lock. There's an old stamp. And the other prompt was a candle. So I just drew that one for fun. I didn't know where I was going with it. I just started doodling and ended up with that. And this is packaging from the stickers that came in the subscription box. And I just listed, I had this really pretty piece of paper and I didn't know what to use it for. Like, it was just like a scrap piece. So I used it to list the things that are on my desk, when I probably should have just been cleaning it up. So the other set of prompts, so since I'm doing the two, sometimes they have duplicates. So this one also had a candle for the next day. So there's a candle. And the other prompt was a pair of socks. So this is based on the game Neko Atsume, which I'm sure a lot of you know. And this is the cat named Socks inside a sock. And this is a picture from the upcoming Jungle Book movie. This is cut out during that Bits and Bobs video. And then in between I just taped in a piece of cardstock. It has like a vintage image on one side. The other side has a quote, looks like it was stenciled in. And the prompts for this day I tried combining again, so it was clouds. There's some weak looking clouds painted there, and the other one was an insect, and I cheated again and used Weedle the Pokemon. Here's Easter, so there's a big mess of Easter things here. I included that bewildered looking bunny that I cut out in one of my previous videos. And my beloved books washi. I think out of all my washi that I own, this one I don't use often because I'm scared I'm going to run out of it and never be able to get it again, but I shouldn't be thinking that way when it comes to any of my washi tapes. Yeah, I've been doing better with that. This pug was cut out from post-it notes that I own. Like, I had a list of tasks to do, and instead of just throwing it all out or recycling it, I cut him out first and stuck him there. And the prompt for this day was front door and banana peel. So there's our front door from the inside. Looks the same on the outside. And then a banana peel. So I hate bananas because I got sick of them when I was younger, and now just the smell and the thought of the taste, just grosses me out. But of course my husband loves bananas. That's his favorite fruit. And we're almost at the end of the month. There's a sticker of Frida Kahlo painting. And one of the prompts was a balloon animal. So I looked up on Google how to draw, not how to draw, but a balloon animal of a pig. And I tried to draw it. It does not look like a pig at all. So that's what that's supposed to be. And the other prompt was yarn. And sometimes when I'm crocheting and some yarn falls, like a ball of yarn falls on the floor, or I purposely put some on the floor, Sadie gets excited and she just like picks it up and like takes it away, or she'll like just fuss over it. It's just so adorable. So I tried drawing that. And that's one of the things I really like about doing these drawing challenges, or even like writing challenges. It makes you write and draw things that you don't think to. It's really fun. It's hard, but it's fun. And this day, one prompt was current mood. So there was trying to draw content. And I'm also doing a crochet project like all year. It's a mood blanket, but yeah, one of the moods that I have is content. And the color lavender is what represents it in my crochet project. So that's why I have the lavender background. And the other prompt was cutlery. So I just drew a spoon, fork, and a spork. And there's vintage dog stickers there. And a picture of me dropping my phone on my face. One of my last videos was actually a journaling time of this page. It's mostly, my drawing definitely took up most of the page. But yeah, the prompt was my dog, my pet I should say. So there's Sadie in her true form, not as a pig. Not in her true form exactly. She's not like a dog with a hot dog body. That's her Halloween costume. And then the tanuki represents something magical, which was the other challenge, drawing challenge. And then just some writing and tape at the top to decorate. I couldn't overload this too much just because it was already lots on that page. And that's it. That was the 31st. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am still planning to do a flip through of my previous journals. That'll be in the upcoming weeks. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, just leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.